Head coach Bobby Hurley is joining us. Thanks for the time, coach. Please start us off with an opening statement, then we'll move on to questions from the media using the raised hand function. Go ahead, coach.
Well, it was a tough scene in the locker room, as it generally is when guys invest and put their heart and soul into this. And certainly the core of the group that was on the floor a lot today has done that all year against a lot of adverse conditions. So very emotional in the locker room, saying goodbye to a couple of seniors that have meant so much to me. Remy Martin, feels like yesterday he was stealing the ball versus Kansas and Lawrence, Kansas, and laying it in. And I won't have an opportunity to coach him again. So that was tough. The reality of that. Lonzo Verge had some outstanding things to say for some of the younger players in the program. So he had tremendous words. So it was a very good moment. It's been a tough year. It's been, just a lot of things thrown at us all year, and just have tremendous respect, for the entire group, that we stayed together, that these kids have gone through all the procedures they go through every day, the protocols, masks all the time, testing, and they've and we've gotten through it. We got through the season, and it's always sad when it ends. But when there are people that you have such a bond with and a connection, it makes it a little more difficult to know that it's over.
Move on to questions from the media using the raised hand function. Start off with Doug.
Bobby, as Oregon started to pull away there at the end of the first half, do you think maybe fatigue was a factor of that? They just had that brief little run where it seemed like they put some separation between you two and you guys couldn't recover.
Yeah, we just I think we had a couple offensive possessions where we had some decent looks. I remember one Holland had on the right wing, and I'm sure I'm forgetting others. I thought the ball was sticking a little bit too much offensively in the first half, and they were able to load their defense. We didn't effectively attack their switches. They were switching just about everything. So yeah, the offensive end did not flow great. But I thought we had a chance in the second half. We talked in the locker room about, going down 7, to Washington State to start the second half, and that we're down 8 right now at half. So we have a few more minutes to figure out how to get that lead back. Just wasn't meant to be. When Kamani went down, it was just such a terrible moment to see a guy that, really cares so much about his team and his teammates, and has, turned his season around and again invested so much into trying to help Arizona State win basketball games, and to see him get injured was very upsetting. At that moment, we effectively had very little chance to win the game. Now, the 4 guards, they emptied the tank out there. They ran around and chased Oregon. We hit some threes, tried to keep it 12, 14, and we could never kind of break through and get it to single digits.
Michelle.
Yeah, Bobby, we talked about Remy and how much he's meant to this program. It seemed like early in the game and even yesterday, he wasn't as aggressive, didn't take the ball to the hoop quite as much as he normally does. What was your take on that?
I just think, Michelle, defenses understand his value to what we're doing, and they load their defense to him quite a bit. He had Noah Williams hounding him yesterday, good size, one of the best, one of the better defensive guards in the conference. And so getting clean shots was not easy. We drew up the play we ran against Grand Canyon. He got a corner 3 in the right corner. It didn't go down. Would have liked to have seen that happen for him. I think that could have jump-started him a little bit sooner in that second half.
Trevor.
Bobby, I know you were pleased with getting 35 minutes from Jalen Graham yesterday, that tie-up sequence that led to his technical there in the second half. What did you just kind of see there and from him in this game?
I think it was properly officiated in that, and again, that was a very physical moment where 2 guys were entangled, and neither wanted to give up the basketball. And we had possession of the basketball at the time, but Jalen maybe just lost his cool for a second, and certainly that cost not only the free throws, but just getting another foul, and we can't afford to not have him on the court.
Cam,
Hey, Coach, what was the hardest part about this season when you look back on it?
I mean, I should have had someone, follow me around. Wrote a book about. It's hard to single out one thing. At the end of the day, though, I got to go to practice with my team every day. I got to watch Jalen House get better this year, and watch Jalen Graham get better, and have a chance to have one more dance with Remy in this season. And these guys never folded. I think that's, as far as trying to find the worst thing that happened, it's hard to single one out. Feel for all the players that were injured and couldn't get back out on the floor, and all the ups and downs of not knowing if you're going to play games or not. But it was all worth it because of the things that I just touched on.
Michael,
Yeah, Coach, I know you touched a little bit on Kamani, but I'm guessing it'll have to be evaluated. But I mean, from what you saw after the game, was he able at least to move around okay? And then for, I know, like you said, I mean, it's been such a tough year, but what do you feel that you can take from this year and that you learned about yourself as a coach? Because like we've heard all across the country, no coach has had to deal with anything like this. But what did you learn about yourself as a coach?
I just think that I have to identify qualities and people that I want to go to war with, and I need to continue to recruit those guys. I need to find more people like Kamani Lawrence and Remy Martin, and guys that just lay it out on the line with their play with their heart. Kamani is blue collar, he's so we have an opportunity to reshape our team this offseason, and we're going to work hard to do that.
Doug,
Bobby, I mean, it's been speculated, and we can kind of read between the lines, but in regards to Josh and Marcus, do you expect them to declare for the draft and stay in the draft?
It's always been, and I've been clear on the message, with Josh, that he's always intended on playing this season and then turning pro, and I have not heard anything to otherwise with regards to Josh, and then Marcus is going to go through his processes as well, but we have not had a chance to sit down and talk with either guy about what their intentions are at this particular moment. We just went all in for a tournament, and seeing guys walk out the door that I love and care about, just that's where my mind is at right now. But we'll have those conversations and see where everyone stands here in the next couple of weeks.
last question for Coach, and then Jalen House will be joining us. Go ahead, Cam.
Hey, Coach, just what are you most going to miss about working with Remy Martin, and how much, I know you've touched on it, but just how much have you valued that friendship and relationship over the years?
Just great kid, outstanding family, loyal to the program, ultimate competitor, friend, a guy that's, has humility, that competes, that makes big plays, that embodies, my personality, for playmaking and playing with passion and loving the game, loves to play the game. So, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough moment.
Thanks for the time all year, Coach.
Thank you.
Jalen House is joining us. Thanks for the time, Jalen.
No problem.
We'll go straight to questions using the raised hand function. Please use the raised hand function if you have a question for Jalen. First up, Adam.
Hey, Jalen, I just wanted to ask just the leadership from Remy Martin and how you felt you guys learned and got everything from him here in his final year at ASU.
What do you mean? Can you explain your question a little bit better, please?
Yeah. I just wanted to, like, what did you guys take from him throughout the season, just from the perspective of a younger player like yourself?
Just being a leader and going out and showing that you're the best player out on the floor, just things like that, and just him being the top dog. And obviously that's somewhere where I want to be. So just staying and listening with everything he has to say.
Chris?
Hey, Jalen, just wanted your thoughts about how your game really progressed from last year to this year and how you feel about the way that you're playing overall right now.
My offense is better this year, but I mean, that's all I've been my whole life. I'm not just a defensive player like how y'all be putting it out there to be. That's not how I am. But next year I feel like I'll be able to be a better offensive player because 2 of our big players are leaving, and I just feel like I'll be able to shine with my other teammates.
Michael?
Yeah, Jalen, to speak, I mean, it's obviously noted the defense that you just bring to the court, the energy that you bring to the court. What how do you feel that the team started to respond to that? Just, I mean, even in the second half of the season with all the challenges that you guys had.
I mean, it helped a lot because this season is was very draining. I mean, every day we got to get COVID testing. Every day is just something, or might not have any games that week. It's very hard for us to like stay engaged. I feel like I gave us a little jump with my defense.
Michelle?
Yeah, Jalen, obviously you had a nice win yesterday. And do you feel like that this team kind of left it all out there and you gave it everything you had?
Are you talking about yesterday or today?
I'm talking about at least you kind of put up a fight yesterday to give you a chance to play today. And just did that game coming into this game show the fight that you guys have in you?
I mean, yeah, we do have fight. I mean, it was just too much today. We didn't have our full potential. I mean, we played with 8 guys last night. We all played 25 plus minutes. So it's kind of hard to come out the next night when they have fresh legs and play.
Any other questions for Jalen? All right. Thanks, Jalen.
Thank you.